Welcome to the kidsministry.blog podcast. Every episode, we share ideas, tips, and resources to help your children's ministry thrive.
You know, in our incredibly overscheduled lives, it feels like families are always struggling to find that real time, that actual space just to connect.
Properly connect.
Yeah, beyond like the quick chat in the car, grabbing dinner. But what if you could actually carve out dedicated time for that? Get away from all the daily stuff.
It's a huge challenge.
Well, today we're doing a deep dive into this really candid post from the kidsministry.blog. It's called Hosting a Parent and Child Retreat.
Right. And even though it comes from that ministry background, the ideas about family connection feel pretty universal, I think.
Absolutely. So our mission here is to unpack what they found, the surprising wins, the unexpected successes, and some of the funny disasters too, when you take families away from distractions to, well, hopefully bond. The author nails that initial feeling, that first reaction of like, are you out of your mind? Just the thought of it.
Total overwhelm potential.
Exactly. But here's the kicker. They also talk about how it turned out kind of amazing, like actual moments. Dave putting his phone down, actually playing catch, or Jennifer having a real laugh with her teenager.
Yeah, those little moments.
So it's that journey from no way to, wow, this actually worked that we want to explore.
And what's really fascinating is that initial conflict the author felt, right? This tension between like forcing connection with a rigid schedule versus just letting it happen organically.
Right.
The first instinct was, okay, military precision, activities every 30 minutes, keep them busy, structure equals no chaos.
So they thought more structure was the answer initially.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they ended up somewhere else. What shifted? How did they change the activities?
Exactly. The big realization was that families today aren't just overscheduled, they're often overprogrammed. They don't necessarily need more things to do.
Right.
They need space. So they quickly cut back, just a couple of main events maybe, and then loads of intentionally free time.
Yeah, interesting.
And that pivot explains why simple stuff like, singing badly around a campfire or a really low-key talent show where parents looked silly, why that stuff worked. It gave families permission to just be together.
That makes so much sense. Just breathing room. And it wasn't only the schedule, was it? The blog mentions the practical side, the physical reality.
Yeah.
It's like finding a place that wouldn't, how did they put it?
Cost my firstborn. Yeah.
Right.
And that financial crunch actually led to a deeper insight, that sometimes the best experiences aren't in fancy places. They ended up ditching the idea of a polished retreat center for this old church camp. Super basic. Shared bathrooms, food that was, well, let's just say not gourmet.
Right. Prison cafeteria, I think they said.
Something like that. But that very lack of luxury, it became an adventure for the kids. It kind of forced a different connection, focused more on just being together than on the surroundings.
And managing expectations sounds like another big one. They learned the hard way.
Right.
It wasn't some magic wand for family problems, right?
Absolutely not. And that's key. Some families had a great time. Others realized maybe they didn't actually enjoy that much focused time together without the usual distractions.
Oof, that's a tough realization.
It can be. And practically speaking, they learned you always need backup plans because, Mother Nature doesn't really care about your event schedule. Things go wrong.
Yeah, always something. And this whole learning curve even covered things like packing lists, didn't it? The author mentioned people showing up completely unprepared.
Yeah. Despite clear instructions, some thought it was like a beach resort, others maybe a business thing. Total mismatch with the rustic reality.
And the age groups. Activities bombing with teenagers that kids loved.
The classic age group nightmare.
Totally. They found success with things that were adaptable, like scavenger hunts or just simple campfire stories. But if there's one takeaway, the real winner, unstructured time.
Just letting them hang out. Revolutionary for overscheduled people. Just allowing families to exist together without an agenda. It gave parents perspective, seeing other families, and kids saw their parents maybe less as rule makers and more as, human.
It's interesting how the stuff they tried to force often backfired the most.
Yeah.
Like those awkward trust exercises.
Cringeworthy sometimes.
Or competitive games that just made things tense. Like the dad yelling about capture the flag.
Exactly. It showed that you can't really manufacture connection. You just create the right environment for it to maybe happen naturally.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, these retreats, based on the blog's experience, aren't about creating those perfect, Instagram moments. It's more about giving families the permission, the actual worth to just enjoy being together without pressure, setting the stage for bonding, not engineering it.
Totally. And the long-term effect seems pretty significant. shared memories outside the usual grind,
Yeah.
kids seeing parents differently, parents getting perspective. That story about Marcus. The family almost left after a rough first night, but they stayed. And his mom said later it was the first time she had seen him genuinely smile in months.
That's powerful. That's the real stuff right there.
That's the win.
So thinking about all these lessons from the blog about unstructured time, simple activities, just creating space. Here's something for you listening to consider. How could you apply some of that? How can you carve out intentional, distraction-free moments for connection in your own family, even without a whole retreat? What small retreat could you maybe create right where you are?
Thanks for listening. To find more ideas, tips, and resources, go to kidsministry.blog. We'll see you next time.